on, shut up. Didn't I say shut up? Bet that rooster will think twice before crowing tomorrow morning. Coffee's ready, guys. Let's start the show. Good morning, Brew Crew. How is everybody this morning? Did you kiss the camel on the way in? It's hump day, guys, already. Good morning, Sage. Good morning, Mrs. Prism. How are you ladies this morning? Got your coffee ready? I hope so. Yep, got mine. I'm all set to go. And boy, we didn't need a blanket this morning. It's warming right up. It's supposed to be in the mid 40s today. Oh, so excited. And then they're talking about the 60s the beginning of the week. So I think spring is finally sprung. Even though we'll still probably end up with snow, but it's the way it goes. Springtime snow. Let's slap that up there so everybody can see what's going on. Good morning, Janice. How are you? Coffee talk time. That's right. Let's got the Java, get the Gab going, see what everybody's up to. You patted it on the hump. Oh, that's so nice. They need love too, right? Good morning, Roger. How are you? I hope everybody's well. Hello, Heather. Just made sausage rolls, dropped one in the dog's water. Oh, well, the dog must have been really happy though, Heather. I know my dog would be. My dog is such a food whore. She's terrible. A sweet tea, go for it. I actually haven't had tea at all this winter, which is bad. I know I'm supposed to do the tea thing, and I just haven't gotten to it. I just haven't been in the mood for it, actually. So, and usually the coffee's already done, and so it's just quicker to grab that and then go through the whole tea process. I think I needed the camel during vocal practice. Oh, deafened a camel during vocal practice. I doubt it. Good morning. How are you, Cheryl? And thank you. You are so we're getting a morning superstar, guys. Get ready for that one. So nice of you. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. And that yee-hoo is there to wake you up. So I'm sure everybody's awake now. Actually, we shared a good one afterwards. Oh, okay, Heather. I know you can't get away with eating anything without the dog there staring at you, waiting for their part. It's terrible. My dog is just, she's terrible. But how's it going there, Cheryl? How you doing? How are the minis going? Are you still doing them? I hope so. I had a major disaster with the mini this morning when I was working on it. I was working on an archway and trying to get it to fit together, and doesn't it break in several places? I'm like, oh God, no. So I was piecing all of that together. I got it repaired though. Damn, I'm good. I'm just going to have to be real ginger with it when I install it so I don't re-break it, because I don't think I got a second shot at that one. So just going to have to get it in place and then reinforce it so it's good. You can't tell though. It's great. It comes together all right. So boy, there was some major swearing early this morning. Major swearing. Oh yeah, Sage. I was putting it into place and it just snapped. And I'm like, oh God, no. I said, I believe this. I mean, of course, my husband was sleeping, so it was quiet. You could hear me swearing. Oh, yeah. Thank God for magnifying glass, I'm telling you, and lights, because I needed it to repair it. Because it was in an intricate scroll section, and I'm thinking, oh, this is not going to work out. But I got it to work. I got it to work. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I swear my dog tries to use her Jedi power. They do use their Jedi powers, I'm telling you. Because you could just be eating, and all of a sudden you could feel the stare. So and then you look over and there they are. The nose is up over by the edge of the table and they're looking and just waiting. I thought I heard something this morning. Failing. Yeah, that was me swearing. Sage. And it figures there had to be something that was, it's the arch part for the train, and it's got, all this fancy, filigree design. And I was putting, the connections were tight in the first place. So I did kind of, route it out a little bit so it would slide in easier. And nope, my hand slipped and smashed. I'm like, oh my God, no, not this. But I fixed it. Now the best part is going to be, am I going to be able to install it without having anything happen to it? So I'm just, it's going to have to be real ginger. But I'm going to let it sit and just really cure the glue for a few hours before I even attempt that. Or there'll be some swearing again. Because if I do damage it again, I don't think I could fix it again. But hey, you never know. And I just don't want to experience it. So we'll just hopefully it doesn't do it. Low key glad that it wasn't the only one who had trouble. What's going on, Mrs. Prism? Bad start to the day. We've got rain here, so everything I have hurts, but I'll take the warmer temperatures and a little bit of rain. It's the fibro adjustment, season adjustment. I'll be suffering with that for about 30 days or so until, spring is fully sprung. And then, I'll be back to normal pain levels. Can anyone else not get into Facebook last night? There was an outage, but it was very selective. Down detector showed a massive spike in issues. I've been having issues with it for the last couple of days, Roger. It loading up really fast or slow, and I don't know. It's been a little wonky, so I don't know what their deal is. She broke the zipper on my coat pocket with my keys and phone in it while I was doing groceries, and the mister is not home. Oh no. You didn't lose? Did you lose anything? I hope you didn't lose anything. And it's just to have rain. Yeah, we're going to have rain for the next few days, apparently, which is good because it's going to melt all of the snow. But then now we got to worry about flooding issues. And of course, I'm not looking forward to the yard because, you think about it, snow, dog, landmines. So once all that snow's gone, I'm going to have a yard to clean up. You do the best you can during the winter, but when the stuff's frozen to the ground, there's not much you can do with it. Swearing is good for the brain, sends out happy chemical. Oh, well, yeah, I was doing some swearing then, so I must be full of joy. I don't mind if like a small section breaks because it's an easy fix, but when you get something that has like the fancy filigree or some kind of a design, it's just, you're like, oh man. So it's tweezers and glue and a magnifying glass. And if it's a decent break, you can usually just fit it together like a puzzle and keep your fingers crossed. It's cloudy and warm air, 41. Oh, nice. Yeah, we're supposed to have the high of 42 today, so I'm good. Yeah, if the coat's not available, cut your way in. Good morning, Demon. How are you? I hope you are well today. I was up early as usual. So, no, it was zipped closed and it stuck. Luckily, I was able to pry it open, but I did worry for a bit that I wouldn't be able to get into the house. Oh, okay, yeah, because I would have just broken and installed a new zipper. Don't you love it when it gets caught and then you're like, what the hell am I going to do? I kept getting too warm in bed last night. Peeled back one blanket and sheet, not used to warm already. Yeah, that's usually what I do. I'm usually uncovered. Oh, you guys suddenly have spring weather. It's so good. Oh, good. Yeah, see, everybody, we're all getting into the spring season, which is great. Yeah, you're right, Roger. Candle wax. Nobody ever thinks of that either. I don't think of it, but you're right. Candle wax is good for zippers. But at the time, you're just so frustrated, you just keep yanking away at it. So either you rip the material or you break the zipper. And then I figure, well, big deal. I got a sewing machine. I can put a new zipper in. Of course, not everybody has that talent or the opportunity to be able to do that. So you just go without the zipper. Yeah, yeah. You're supposed to coat it on there so it makes it glide easier. And hello, Miss Steph. How's Miss Steph this morning? It's warming up here, Steph. You guys must be getting some kind of relief from storm and snow. I'm excited about the 60 degrees next week. I'm down for that. I need fresh air. I need sunshine. And I need to get out. Feel, cabin fever. The killdeer birds arrived 2 days ago. Spring is officially here now. There you go. There you go. Yeah, we're waiting for the robins. When the robins show up here, then we know, yeah, spring is just like right there. Even though it might snow again, the robins stick around. They don't come unless they know that the warm weather is coming. So I'm keeping my eye out. I seem. Oh, you're streaming and you hate doing zippers. Oh, do you? Jeez. Well, you know what you're doing. You just got to do it. It's not one of the greatest things to do, install a zipper. Yeah, so I can feel you. But at least if you rip it out and you break it, you can fix it. You guys already got your robins too. So yeah, you guys are good to go. Spring is at Sage's house. We're just waiting. I haven't seen anything here yet. Like I said, we've seen a lot of squirrel activity, so I knew the spring was coming because the squirrels usually don't come out until spring is coming. The one on my jacket is a bit wonky. It takes several attempts for the teeth to engage. You know what it is because they don't make good zippers anymore. I mean, in my opinion, you get these stupid nylon crap zippers, and I'd rather have a regular old fashioned, metal zipper. At least it's gonna work. This other stuff you struggle with. Under your yards of snow, really? Yeah, well, the snow's melting fast, and the squirrels were running the fence line and through the trees. So I'm thinking, okay, he's looking for his stash because they hide their nuts and stuff all over the place. So he must have ran out at the house, so he had to come out and go shopping. But I've seen him twice, so I says, "Yeah, spring is coming. The squirrels are running." And as soon as we start smelling skunk, then we know it's official because they're up and around and spraying. So I have a zipper on my boots where the teeth get loose, and I just sew them back every time. Yeah, zippers can be a pain, and it's never in an easy section. It's always like in the midsection where a tooth will come loose or you lose one, and so that it always happens on jeans where you lose a tooth in the middle of the zipper on the jeans, and because I had to fix that. My husband having a pair of jeans of his where a couple of the teeth come out of there, and I'm like, oh crap! So I just took the whole zipper out and put a new one in. But I don't bring out the sewing machine that often anymore. Poor thing's got dust on it. He says, "Yeah, I never got on with zips on boots." Yeah, well, it's more common with women to have zippers on their boots because I've got the leather ones that go up to the knee, so which is great when you're wearing leggings. And yeah, the zippers. You gotta be ginger with those. Good morning, Big Stew. How are you? How is Big Stew this morning? Hope you are well. And we are all just sailing into March. Finally, actually, just it's March now, so it's official that you can get the Shamrock Shake at McDonald's. I get one a year, so I'm gonna have to take a trip to go pick one of those up. I had a zipper break on a pair of jeans I was wearing once, and I had to cut them out to get out of the jeans. I am not good at good contortionist. Yeah, that's not a good time. Oh my god, that must have been something. Having to cut yourself out of your own pants. They were easy to put on as long as the zipper is fine. It's not if you're screwed. Yeah. No, I'm really careful with the boots because yeah, I don't want to have that repaired. Of course, I don't wear them that much anymore either. I find that now because of the issues with my back, I can't wear anything with heels. High heels. So everything has got to be flat or very, very low heel. Because I've got a pair of boots that are fabulous, but they've got a high heel on them. I can't wear them anymore. So they just sit in a box. It's such a shame. And of course, I don't know anybody with the same size foot as me, so I can't, give them to anybody. And I'm not a creative cursor. I could just imagine. Yeah, I know. I think they happened to me once there where the zipper got stuck. But I was lucky. That's when I was a teen and my mother helped me get it open. It just jammed up, couldn't get the damn thing down. I'm like, great. Stuck in a pair of pants. Or do you remember the days like well, you had like the favorite pair of jeans, but they were a little on the snug side, after you wash them, and so you'd have to lay down on your bed to get them to zip up. Then you'd stand up and you could breathe again. Yay! And then it'd take about 15, 20 minutes for them to stretch out. You remember those days? You had 3-foot surgery, so I'm limited on what footwear I can wear. Ah, I see. Oh, my son's actually his foot was killing him the other day. And I think it's because of the work boots he wears, and I'm pretty sure it's plantar fasciitis. And he goes, I was telling you, I couldn't stand, I couldn't walk. I says, yeah, now you're gonna have to give inserts and change your boots, and because it takes forever for that to heal. I had that in both feet just because of Skechers. I bought a pair of Skechers sneakers, and they destroyed my feet. So I'm like, great, and it took over a year for that to heal up. I like my Bear Claw boots. They're waterproof with all the rain here. They look like Uggs, but cost way less. Oh, nice. Yeah. Flat and simple. Yeah, that's what I got to go with now. I can't have. Only time I wear high heels, and it's usually about maybe a 1-inch or 2-inch heel. And if when I'm performing weddings or going somewhere fancy, then I slide those on. But otherwise, yeah, it's flats. All right, guys, hold on a second. I'm going to put a little music on. I've got to go take care of something. I will be right back, okay? So enjoy that, and I'll be right back, I promise.
Midnight rustles in the dry leaves, the cold air on my skin bites. Shadows slipping through the grave, something is not quite right. Footsteps echo but no one is near, whispered voices ring in my ear. Oh, did you hear that? Or am I insane? I am silent, but a whisper remains. Cross-eyed where the lost collide, cross-eyed where the truth ain't brushed aside. Phantom whispers crawling in my head of secrets that aren't quite dead. That aren't quite dead. Whispers among graves calling my name. Cold hands reaching, feel my flame. Breath on my neck, I'm not alone. Raw side screaming to the unknown. Hey, raw side where the lost collide. Raw side where the truth ain't brushed aside. Phantom whispers crawling in my head of secrets that aren't quite dead. That aren't quite dead. Lights flicker, shadow leaps through the veil. What sleeps beneath? Raw side.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. I had to go. I heard something. I thought maybe my mother fell down again, but everything's okay. You hear that boom, you got to check. Let's see. I supposed to wear special orthopedics. Let's see. Orthopedics, and they're in my shoes, but I really wear my shoes at home. Yeah, I'm always barefoot at home, always. I can't stand it. But yeah, the inserts help when you got to have them. I had it happen to my boots too. They were able to lace up the knee. So I laced it all the way down the boots, and it looked like, wow, I could take my foot out. Oh my goodness. I have legs. Whereas I can't wear long boots. See, yeah, every time I wear well, I wear leggings, then I would wear the boots because it just goes, but the one pair is it's too the heel's too high. So yeah, and I end up with a horrible backache, and then my ankles start hurting. That's another thing, you got those problems. I can't ice skate anymore either. Wow, this girl's got a pair of long sweat. A great song, isn't it? Good morning, Petals. How are you? It was a song that someone made up for me. So it's AI generated. How's Petals today? I hope you're good. Which really stinks because I like shoes. And, you see some shoes, you're like, oh, those are great. Can't wear them anymore. When I was younger, I had heels on all the time, but yeah, I can't wear them anymore. I seen these one pair of shoes. They were red and they were spike heel, and they were hot looking shoes. And I made a joke to my husband. I said, well, I can't wear those anymore. I said, unless I just put them on and wear them in bed. Oh, say what you think it sounds like. I say pedals. Does it sound like I'm calling you pedals? Pedals? It's not. I'm saying pedals. I'm sorry. She sounds like the girl from the Hailstorm. I don't know. Like I said, it was made for me. Um, it's a great song. I don't play it very often. And I have this, it's great that I've got some people that were so nice to make up some songs because every time I pick a song or try to make up something, I get in trouble. So, I get flagged for something. So it's just, I gave up on it. Right, Mrs. Yeah, put them on for pictures, no walk. Like I told them, I said they could be like the spicy sex shoes or something. I said, because that's as far as I can go with them. I try to walk in them. I said, oh, God, it'd be horrible. Excuse me. Finishing up checks. Okay, Sage, we will be here. And they were gorgeous. Oh, they were just that hot candy apple red, and I was like, oh, these are awesome. Like can't wear them. Actually, I'm thinking that that's the song that Emmy made for me. Because she was showing me how to work the Suno thing when you're making up the music, and of course she's got the program she pays for, and so she sat in the afternoon showing me how to do this, and I thought, oh, okay, because I wasn't getting it right, and I think she's the one that made the song up for me, so that was really nice of her. And I told me to go to bed, so I'm rebelling. Okay, Wiz, you stand up for your cause. She's the lead singer of Hailstorm. Her voice is incredible live. Oh, is it cool? Yeah, there's some out there that got some great voices. No, it was the one I made in Suda. Oh, is it okay? I figured I couldn't remember. Okay. There you go. Now we got the right person. It was Sage. Sorry, my bad. I should label them so I know who did what. We've gotten flagged for posting cover songs, but typically comes back with a copyright. But user grants permission for use, thankfully. Yeah, well, I go to sites where, it's supposed to be free, copyright free and all that. They're not, because every time I've used one, like for a quick little clip on here or something, and then the next thing you know, after the show's done, a couple minutes later, I'm getting flagged. I don't get in trouble, but I have to have the song. I have to erase it from the video, or I have to pay the person, the creator. I'm thinking, oh, you've got to be. Then why is it in the free section? It's a big pain in the cheeks. No matter I answer to almost anything I've been called for is okay. Not a problem. I think we've all been called, a name or two through our lifetimes. We just, whatever. And that's the thing. But people make up stuff and they're using copyrighted music. So they must get permission from somewhere, or they purchase the right to use it for the videos. I don't know how to do that because I've never put that stuff together. And I just figured, what? It's just safer. Don't use any of it, and just really search through, see what you can find. Or I have somebody, nice, like one of you guys will make up something for me so that I can use it without getting in trouble for something. I got enough problems. As long as it's petals ain't called late for dinner. Oh yeah. It was nice. My son stopped over last night and he ate dinner with us. So that was a nice treat. Of course, I made one of his favorites, so he showed up. Hey, Ryan, how's it going, Ryan? Weather's warming up. You ready to rock and roll and go on some investigations? I know I'm getting excited about going out. I know I had Leanne breaking them on me yesterday when she did her first official live, and she was in the cemetery and she's breaking them on me. I said, yeah, but your cemetery is all green grass. Ours is like 2 feet of snow yet. And I'm not putting on hip waders to go do a video in muddy, sloppy snow. She says, I'm Italian. I don't like to miss a meal. Yeah, that's right. Well, we had chicken riggies for dinner last night, and that's one of my son's favorites. So my husband's like, "What are you doing here? You come to eat my food?" He's not going to pass up on that. And his girlfriend goes, "Well, I don't know what to make." And he goes, "Well, I'm going to my mother's to eat then." Meet me over there. She didn't come over. She ended up picking up something and going home. So it was nice. It was nice to have him here. A lot of artists strike you with the claim that you can use it as long as you share the revenue made for the video, which I think is crap. Yeah, I've gotten that message, Wiz. They'll say, well, you could use it. You just got to share the revenue. I go, well, no, I could just erase the song. It's not a big deal. Don't put it in the free music section. Because that's what I go for. And then you use it and you still get in trouble. So they're full of crap. You really got to pay really close attention. Doing good. Yes, I'm going into some woods tomorrow night. Should be fun. Hey, all right. Well, we're going to go into 60-degree weather next week. So maybe, depending on how it is, I might wander my way up into a local cemetery and do a little filming. We'll see what happens. I've got a list of stuff I've got to do, and I'm not getting to it. When my son comes over, he does the cooking, and I do that a girl. Well, see, that was nice too. When my son did live at home, he would make stuff, and him and I would eat it. That's nice once in a while. Somebody makes something for you, and it gave him practice, because he does well. His girlfriend tries; she's doing a great job. She's learning, but there's a lot of times where he does the cooking because she just doesn't know how to make a certain thing, so he'll do it. So thank God I taught him. Because girls today, they just don't cook. A lot of them don't cook. And I'm telling you, not for nothing. You plan on having families. What are you going to do? Live at McDonald's? I mean, come on. I look at it this way. When you become married and you become a parent, it's your job to learn how to feed your family. I mean, I told that to a neighbor once because her boyfriend did all the cooking, and he complained, and she says, well, and she's coming up, I do this or do that. And I go, yeah, but the thing is, cooking is a commitment. You don't just throw something on the stove and then go in a corner somewhere and play on your telephone. You've got to sit there and you got to watch it. You got to wait until it's done. And, and she goes, oh, well, yeah. She had a little girl. Well, what the hell? Thank God your boyfriend was doing the cooking. Otherwise, they'd be living on takeout. I mean, I remember the days takeout used to be a treat, not, a main way of living, but not nowadays. Wow. That's why everybody's fat and unhealthy. All that stuff's no good. Of course, I have such a busy schedule today. I'll probably be doing some kind of a takeout because I'm not going to have time. Because after the show today, then I got to run downstairs, take care of Mom. That'll be a 3-hour stint there. And then come up and then try to get other things finished and then try to squeeze in a cooking dinner and getting show tonight. I'm interviewing Haunted Souls tonight. So, yeah, there's not enough hours in the day. Mr. and I cook together, half's work needs to be done. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Nice. My husband helps out. So it's good. But then sometimes it's like, all right, dude, get out of the way. You're just kitchen isn't that big and I'm moving. And you gotta, dodge the dog because the dog's waiting for something to drop. And then, it's just get out of the way or, ex-chef so I can cook anything. Awesome. We need to go to Heather's. My son has dated some girls couldn't even boil water. I was just like, oh, this is not good. And that's what I told my son a long time ago. I said, I got to teach you how to do these things. This is because otherwise you're going to starve to death or never move out. I said, because these girls can't even boil water. And that was no joke. Oh, boy. I remember I'm telling him, so what the hell's the matter with you? You can't cook nothing. How are you going to take care of yourself? You can't even boil an egg? Really? Wow. Well, they got microwave. Who wants to eat microwave food? Ew. I mean, if you have no choice, you've got no choice. But, oh. That wouldn't be my first go-to. That's why I taught my sons to cook, besides sew, clean, and laundry so they can. That's right. That's right, pedals. See, it sounded like pedals, but it wasn't. It was pedals. No, that's the same reason. I did that, and a lot of his girlfriends were impressed. I can't believe you can do this or make that. Well, because, can't depend on any of you girls. I swear my other half actually burnt water. Oh, jeez. Some people just can't manage in a kitchen. They just can't. I always wanted to have like a little diner. I thought that would be awesome, but I just never pursued anything like that. I wouldn't want to be, like you said, an ex-chef in charge of a large restaurant, large kitchen, because it's just so much work. You really, really have to love it, because otherwise, I just couldn't do it. Oh, okay. I have a couple of friends, they own restaurants, and that's their life. They're there all day, every day. There's no break. And then one of them is also a college professor. He teaches culinary arts at the college. So between that and running his own restaurant for years, I'm thinking, when do you people sit down? But he loves it. He actually loves teaching it more than he does, running the business. But that's their job. I want to open a cafe. I know it's nice to have like a little cafe or a little, I'd like a little little diner place where you can have breakfast and, because those are a dying breed, the little diners. And I do love a cafe where, you sit outside and you have your coffee or whatever and just enjoy the moment. And we have a few of those. We actually had a place that just opened up here a couple of years back. It's called the Brooklyn Pickle. It's a deli cafe, and it's in an old factory. And the way they designed it was amazing. And then they open up the shipping doors, and it's all seating. So you're sitting there, you're undercover, but you're outside at the same time. And that was very enjoyable. Just to sit and have a nice little lunch and watch the traffic and the people go by, and that was pretty cool. But then, we went there and it come to find all his glorified sandwiches, so at a high price. We tried it. It was okay, but yeah, I probably won't go back. But it's nice to have little things like that. And then we have this other place, another section of town, and it's the name of it, it's Varick Street, and it's where all the old pubs and all the old cafes, and it's loaded with outside seating and stuff like that. And a bricks, sidewalk and street. And so it's really cool. It has that, ambiance, and that's a really popular area. My family had a tavern. I was a kid. Mom cooked family meals and special meals on holidays. Yeah, it's nice to have that. And it is great because, my friends that have restaurants, that's what they do. They cook all their holiday meals at the restaurants, and then they bring it to the house. So that, they have the bigger kitchen and all of the equipment, and everybody gets in there, and then they do their thing, and they either eat it at the restaurant, or they eat it, or they bring it to whoever's house. So it's really cool. I would never suggest it simply because all the work. We ran it as a family. No one was excused. Yeah, it's hard. It is. But you really have to love it to appreciate it because it is hard work. I mean, they're there at early morning hours. And then, because you got to prep everything, get everything all set up, get your orders in and all all the stuff you got to do. And then by the time they shut down after serving, then it's all cleaned up. And this guy's super anal. I mean, everything gets scrubbed down from ceiling to floor every night. And then there's paperwork. So they don't get home till about 1 o'clock in the morning. And this is every day. And then you're up again by 6, start it all over again. My grandma ran a diner for a while. When mom was young, she lost her front teeth when the song "All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth." It would make my mom cry. Oh, my dad and my grandmother ran a diner, and it was big, for breakfast and stuff like that. And it was a lot. It was just a lot of work, but my grandmother enjoyed it. Having a restaurant seems hard, but cool at the same time. Yeah, it is. It is cool. And I know that, when I go there, I'm getting a good meal and the place is clean. So it gives me, a good feeling. And then I'm supporting some friends who are working really hard. Good morning, Octopus. How are you? Yes, it's hump day. How's it going for your hump day? Did you kiss the camel on the way in? Show the camel a little love. I know. I said anybody else, it just seems like these weeks have been just yesterday flew right by. I don't even know where yesterday went. Before I knew it, it was like 9 o'clock, the last run, to take the dog out. I'm thinking, my God, where did this day go? It was just gone in a flash. Maybe because I was just busy and I just didn't pay attention. Because now you get into bed, you're going, God, didn't I just hear? I could have sworn it just got up a little while ago. My grandma's diner had a jukebox to let people play music. Oh, that's fun. And I bet it was good too, because anything grandma makes is awesome. My neighbors have a restaurant and we can hear them prepare the restaurant, sometimes smell. Yeah, that's the killer. I know my husband and I were first married. We lived upstairs from an Italian delicatessen. And they would come in early and make bread. It used to kill me. I'm like, oh, the smell of the fresh bread. And then, of course, we'd have to go down and go buy some. Come from a family that had a restaurant, and my aunt and uncles owned a diner. No one gets out working. That's right. No one gets out when it's family owned. They're all like, come on, we got to go to work. And there was a job for everybody, even the younger ones. Come on, you had them either, clean menus or, sweep or something. So yeah, there was a job for everybody. I had a barbecue food truck and the smell of cooking barbecue meat is divine. Oh God, I love a good barbecue. And it's just terrible because then it makes you starving. And we ended up having to move. I said to my husband, I can't even stand it. All we smell is bread and food all day long. Living upstairs from an Italian deli. It was so I'd go downstairs. We knew, of course, we knew the guy because he was the landlord. And I'm like, you're killing me here. Give me some bread. And then he had like the best sandwiches. Oh my God. And we would call them the gum bleeders because the bread that they used on these sandwiches, it was a hard crusted bread. But I'm telling you, it was the best effing sandwich. Oh my God, hands down. And I haven't come across anybody that's made a sandwich as good. Unfortunately, he ended up, shutting the business down after many years. And nobody's come close. But it was nice because you go in and get, the fresh cheese and anything that you needed, as far as Italian food went to make your own. He had it there. So all we had to do was go downstairs. It was great. Susan, we loved the atmosphere, but the work was insane. We had super busy most days besides feeling all She would beg for the homeless in the area. Oh, that's nice. I love it when restaurants do that. Feed the homeless. There's a guy, I know you guys have seen him on YouTube who does that. He goes and he buys stuff from local restaurants to feed the homeless in the area. And then when the owners find out what he's doing, they let him have it for nothing. And then they'll donate their time and go hand it out with them. I think that's wonderful. I mean, no matter what those people's problems are, everybody's got problems, but nobody should be homeless and hungry. Oh, that's a killer too. That must smell so good. The neighbors have an Indonesian restaurant, so smell all the spices here. Oh, jeez. Good morning, Philip. How are you? A good thing I have food, and restaurant talk. That's right. That's what we're talking about now. It must also feel rewarding. It is, yeah, it's very rewarding. It's nice. What I always offered, if I see anybody that's wandering and they'll say, well, gee, you got any change? And I'll go, well, you want something to eat? And I always offer to take, like, come on, I'll take you somewhere you can get something to eat. If I got the money and I can do it, I do it. Because, we've all been at one point, where we've been hungry. And could you imagine being like that for days? It's just awful. Just like, I always think about it in the wintertime here because the winters can be so brutal here. And I'm thinking we have so many homeless people. Hopefully they found a warm place to stay because it's just nobody should be outside in that kind of weather. And usually what they end up doing is breaking into like a boarded house or building and they stay in there. We had a bakery made special grinder rolls with sesame seeds before they became popular. Hand pressed toaster, so we would toast the rolls before we made the grind. Yeah, stuff. I don't remember what this bread was. It was like you think it was like a French bread, but it is. I'm sure it was an Italian bread, but it was just in like sub shape. But it was very crusty. That's why we called it gum bleeder sandwich because it could tear up your mouth. But everybody loved it because it was so good. Nobody cared. Good morning, James. That's okay. Lurk away. And the thing was to kick I should have got the recipe from him when he was shutting down. I should have said, give me that recipe for that bread because it was just the best. But, it's really rough when you're living upstairs from a place like that, and it's all you smell all the time. Actually, I didn't do that much baking when we lived there because that's all, you smell that stuff 24/7. You don't even want to do it in your own house. It's just overload. But then, like I said, the plus was that you ran out of something, and you could just run right down the stairs and go get it because the deli was there. White Castle has the jalapeno hush puppies, 2 bad size of Hershey Kisses. It's Phil in heaven. Actually, I like I'm not a big fan of hush puppies because I find them to be a little on the greasy side. Of course, that's around here maybe, but I do like the jalapeno poppers. Oh God, those are so good. Yes, freshly baked bread is the devil. And I do like to make it because then when you take it out of the oven, you slice it up and put butter on it. And it was like, oh, it's just nothing better than that. It's been a while since I made bread. I made pizza dough a few weeks ago, but it's been a while since I made bread. When I'm hungry and an Indian curry smells amazing, the sharp spices are a torment. Yeah, it is. It's terrible. Actually, I was just talking about that, trying or making a curry because I've never had it. My husband goes, I'm not eating that. Well, I'm not going to make it for you. I know you're not going to eat it. It's too spicy for him. And even if it ever says there's mild, it's probably still going to be too spicy for him. So I'll just have to throw it together when he's not around and give it a go. Or just take a ride down. We have an Indian restaurant. It's not too far from here. Just go down there and say, okay, this is what I want. Let me try it. There's a little self-owned bakery on the Shire Coast. I can still smell the bread after 20 years. Yeah. It just yeah, that is funny because when you go, places have been there. You think about that place, you could smell it. You can smell it. It's like I still remember the smells when I used to walk into my grandmother's house in the hallway. The house just permeated food, and I remember exactly what the smell was walking in. And then when you talk about it, the smell comes to you. You could smell it. It's really strange. I did sourdough class and mine didn't turn out so good. Gonna try back again Friday. That's right. Keep going, Michelle. I said my sister's mother-in-law just got done doing that over the holidays. She made everybody sourdough bread for Christmas. They were beautiful. I'm like, hey, was she taking a class? And they go, yeah. I said, okay, that explains it. It was all fancy. It was very good too. Very good. Baking brownies is another way to say poop. Oh, jeez. Sandalwood smells like my childhood. Yeah, everybody's got their, well, sense. Yeah, any smells and stuff that you're gonna attach a memory to. And certain foods, yeah, I just automatically bring me back to my grandmother's. Just same thing with perfumes. Same thing. What the hell is that one perfume? Oh God, it's Elizabeth Taylor perfume. Oh, Passion. Every time I smell that, I think of my mother because my mother always smelled like that because that's the perfume she would wear. She don't wear it now because she's lucky she knows what day it is. Never mind putting perfume on. But if we send her anywhere, then I get her all fixed up fancy and I put the perfume on her. Free community class for baking sourdough and other breads. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. We don't around here. That's not free. They got to pay for it. That's cool though. I always wanted to do one of those classes that they have, or the wine and painting deals. There, you have the party at your house or wherever it is that they do them, because that was a big thing a while back here. Wine and painting, and so you have a good time. A few glasses of wine, and you learn how to make a certain painting. It was really cool. I hate the old lady powder perfume smell. Oh yeah, no. Well, my mother-in-law always smelled like gardenias, and my mother smells like Passion from Elizabeth Taylor. But then, yeah, you get the blue hairs that smell. And then I have an aunt who smell like mothballs because she put mothballs and everything. So that reminds me of her when I smell mothballs and I see somebody hanging a paper towel. Was my great aunt. Of course, she was around, when it was the war and all of that, so they had to preserve everything. And the only person I've ever seen that used to wash paper towel, and she had a little clothesline, and she would hang it to dry so she could reuse it. Little Miss, how are you today? When I was a kid, Grandma would bake bread. She would cut the heel off and give it to my grandpa. Sneaky me out, stick my hand in and eat all the warm bread in the middle. Oh, I know, in the middle. That's the best part. My favorite part, like on the Italian bread when it's homemade, is that edge that kind of like busts open. It's kind of flaky and soft. I always would rip that off and eat that. I'd eat that first. Moths need to wash its balls if it smells. Yeah. She did, Phil, she packed everything in mothballs. So you would go into her apartment, that's what she smelled, mothballs, and yeah, the little clothesline with all the little paper towel hanging. I'd be like, Chacha, what are you doing? But, when you grow up in an era where it's wartime and things weren't easy to get your hands on, you had to reuse stuff so that you never lose that. Same thing that anybody who's been through the Depression, they saved everything and reused everything. So it's, you got to cut them a little slack. But then I would laugh, and you always got money and a bag of Hershey miniatures. Oh, here. And she spoke broken English, Most of the time she was speaking Polish, but she was, oh, here, and she'd get me a couple bucks and a bag of candy. Doing well, Laura. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. I'm not doing too bad today. We'll see by the end of the day. I did have a mishap this morning with the miniature. So if you heard any loud swearing, that was me. But thank God I was able to repair it. It never went to waste. She would stuff it with sausage, cheese, hot peppers from the garden. Oh, God, that must have been awesome. That must have been awesome. Especially everything from the garden. Of course, we were just talking about that not too long about. Nobody has gardens anymore. Growing up, everybody in my family had a garden. And now nobody does that. I mean, not that anybody that I know. And I was thinking about trying one of those hydroponic gardens that you could put in your house, and see if how would that work. But I don't know how. Has anybody had any experience with one of those? Are they good? I don't know. Oh my God. Yes, money in a bag of miniatures or junior mints. Yeah. The same thing, right, Steph? Steph knows what I'm talking about. She goes for the Polish family. Money and chocolates. And then she'd always have the buttered lamb on the dining room table. Remember those, Steph? You guys still get those? I have to go to the store, special store, to find those. The buttered lamb, which is coming up because it's for Easter. I remember the one year I found one and I brought it home, and my father goes, "Where the hell did you find that?" Because he hadn't seen it in years. I go, "Oh, it was over at this little store." They had them. See, my granddad would yell at me for putting the heat on in his house in the winter. I was 9 years old, and he grew up in the 30s in northern England, and he didn't have shoes until he was 13. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they had it a lot, and we complain. We need to shut up because we've never been through things like that, and God forbid we ever have to. He was a tough man. He grew his own vegetables and fruits. I've always wanted a whole yard full of fruit trees. I never had a yard big enough. I still got time, though. I still got time. Outdoor fish patio pond ran to a micro plants. I'm so excited. I still get the butter lamb. All right, rock on, Steph. She still gets the butter lamb. I should get one this year. Put it on the table. My father will laugh. But I was just wondering if anybody had experience with those indoor gardens. I mean, because it's all water grown. So I don't know. Does it change? Because when you have a regular garden, there's the dirt and the fertilizer and all that. It actually does give the flavor to the vegetable. So is it going to change because it's hydroponic? Is it going to not be as strong? Or I don't know. Am I talking out of my ass? I don't know. Oh, Roger, got some furniture. I got a large desk on which I can set up all my modeling gear. Comes next, building kits and bust to sell. Nice, Roger. Nice. I've never bought anything from IKEA. So is it good quality stuff? I have no clue. No clue at all. I'm glad he was tough so we didn't have to be. That's right, James. They fought the fight so it would make it easier on all of us. He sounds like one of the Yorkshiremen from the Monty Python sketch. James absolutely needs to be thankful for a lot. They paved the way to live easy. Yes, yes. We had an apple and walnut orchard. I grew up. I hated picking the walnuts because it would stain my hands. Even wearing gloves, I used to get teased at school. Oh, really? I always wanted apple trees. I always wanted a cherry tree and pear trees. My grandmother had pear trees in her yard, and I used to love going there just to pick the pears right off the trees. Just nothing better. And then my mother would, can the pears, and also we had pears up the yin yang, but we loved it. Microplants are easier to start, high nutrition, low space, and light. Oh, all right. Thanks, Phil. Because I was thinking, I'd hate to get this thing. I mean, because they're not, well, you can get like small ones for like 50 something dollars or so they start at, and, have it by the window or whatever. But then they have these ones that look like, it's tree, which actually we could probably make up something like that because I think all it is PVC pipe and, the water container and stuff in the bottom. I'll have to do some research because I would like to be able to, because if I want to get the yard that I want, or in the garden I'd want, it would take up my whole yard. And, then you got to fight off all the critters. So I figured let's try the hydroponics thing. See how that would work. It's good quality, but you do have to put it all together. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Large items take some manhandling. All right. Yeah, see, I've never gotten anything from IKEA. I've never even shopped on a site for IKEA, so I have no clue. Friday, I always get lost in there, but find the food. Yeah, we all find the food. Get a whole micro plant kit cheap. Oh, yes, I'll have to look it up because I've been kicking that idea around a little bit and see what I can do. I mean, like on my porch, I'll put like planters and I grow my herbs and stuff like that. But I'd like to be able to grow like lettuce and some good tomatoes. The ones in the store all suck. Oh, yeah, the smell of walnuts was rough. We used to throw them at each other. Oh, ouch, Big Stew. Walnut wars. But I didn't know that I didn't know they stain your hands. So we just learned something new. Walnut picking stains your hands. My granddad was a merchant navy. Nice. Well, see, they all did some kind of service. My father was in the army. My father-in-law was in the Navy. He was a frogman in the Navy, my father-in-law. Underwater demolition. That's all we know because he couldn't tell us anything more. Same here, Roger. Both my granddads both got sunk by U-boats. Oh boy. Oh boy. Those IKEA Swedish meatballs. They sell food too? See, it's terrible. I know nothing about IKEA. I know it exists, but I don't know what they sell. They have a skin over the nuts that stain. Oh, all right. Yeah, see, Roger, the old timers never talked about what they did during wartime and when they were in the military. And of course, then we didn't know until my father-in-law was in his 70s when we found out we knew he was in the Navy, but we never knew what he did. And he said, yeah, he was underwater demolition. And he says that's all he was going to say. So he was the sneaky guy that used to put the bombs underneath the bad man's boats and that kind of stuff. So later became Navy SEAL. Meatballs are like Costco hot dogs. Yeah, see, I don't get stuff at Costco either. Oh, we don't have a Costco. We have it's a Sam's Club, but it's pretty much the same thing. BJ's, Sam's Club, all that bulk stuff. I hardly ever shop there because it's just my husband and I. What the hell am I going to do with, 400 rolls of toilet paper and 300 pounds of hot dogs? I mean, it's just, even though I got a freezer to put it in, I mean, yeah, I just don't think it's IKEA. I've been summoned. Hey, Raven, how's it going? I see. I'm curious. I'm gonna have to look up IKEA because I don't know what the hell they sell, but apparently it's some good stuff. I only thought that they sold furniture, to be honest. I didn't know that there was more than that. I get everything on Amazon. Unless I'm looking for something specific, then I go out and I go to the stores. But I hate shopping in the first place. So online shopping is perfect for me. I can shop all I want and then decide what I want, and then it's dropped off at the door. And that's the way I like it. You don't have to deal with people that you want to knock out because they're rude. So we're gonna have to check out IKEA and see what they got. I won't get anything, but I'll just look. I can't think of raspberry. I love raspberries. They're my favorite. Without thinking of a cereal, the two Ronnies did. It was called the Phantom Raspberry Blower of Old London Town. Oh my goodness. Okay. It really depends on what you need for furniture. Well, what is suitable from IKEA? See, I don't need any furniture. I think I have too much furniture. We've outgrown our house. It's funny when you move in, you're thinking, oh, how am I going to fill this up? It didn't take long. Fills up quick. Very budget friendly. That's good. Raven says she just picked up a package from IKEA yesterday. Anything good? Yeah, see, gee, man, I should have known by IKEA a long time ago. Would have saved me some money. If you plan on going to IKEA, you need to clear out like half a day. They are huge, and the aisles weave through a particular path. Multiple floors, you'll find people resting on display furniture. Oh my goodness. You got table legs? Is that what you got? You better get Walmart stuff better than some IKEA on basic customer stuff. Have to shop around. See, yeah, most of my stuff come local furniture stores here, or I had it custom made because I have a friend who makes furniture. So, like my kitchen island, I have stools around there. Those were custom made to what I wanted. All rustic, heavy wood. They weigh a ton. I had to put sliders on the bottom of the legs so they would slide on the floor because they're too heavy to pick up. Same thing like with the hutch in my kitchen and the garbage stand that I have, a bin. That was all handmade by a friend of mine who is a genius with making furniture, but it's not a passion. And he's crazy because he does a great job at it. But anything else that maybe is like prefabbed stuff, like the computer desk is just this shit little desk that I got. I got that from Amazon. Plus, you have to do everything else when you buy it from IKEA, unless you hire someone to do it. Yeah, I'm used to doing that. So I do it so that my husband doesn't get pissed off and smash it. Our entertainment center was bought from a local store. It was called Bradley's. And that's when they first started coming out with entertainment centers and stuff, which ours is really nice. I mean, I've had it for 20 years or so, but yeah, I had to put all that stuff together because my husband don't have any patience. Oh, so that's a whole huge place. Wow. Yeah, we don't have one here, so I'd have to do it online. Has arranged, just depends on what you want to pay for the name at that point. Oh, okay. I had fun building my own bed. That's awesome. No, I bought my bedroom set at a furniture store. Always wanted, store bought fancy, and it's also thick wood furniture. My furniture is too big for my house. Put it that way. This is when we got the refrigerator. Always wanted the French door refrigerator. I finally got it, and we had to take half the refrigerator apart just to get it up the stairs because my house is old. It's over 100 years old, and they didn't build houses back then to fit big furniture. So it took my son and another guy and straps to pull it up the stairs, slide it through, just made it through the doors. Oh my God, it was a disaster. Put it all back together. My son goes, well, when you move the fridge, it's got to stay here. He goes, because I ain't moving it again. I said, yeah, I don't think so. Same thing with my old living room set when we got a new couch. Our old couch, it was a real bitch to get in this house because they had to shove it through the doors because it wouldn't fit because it was very long and it was wide. And so then when I got a new one, we had a friend come over to help us. Told me he need help to get this out of here. He goes, I'll take care of it. I'm telling you, I would have loved to have been somebody on the street when he did this. He put it through my upstairs porch door and then just threw it off the porch. So if you're driving down the street, you would see this big blue couch come flying through the air, landing on the front lawn. I was like, what the hell are you doing? And he goes, well, we got rid of it, didn't we? I was like, oh, Jesus. Oh, man. It was quick. I could happily live on a sofa with a sleeping bag. I did that for my 20s anyway. Yeah. Well, the old couch that we had, I loved it. It was great to take a nap on, but after a while, it was old. It was time for it to go, and yeah, he just threw it off the porch. Oh my God, it was so funny. I have a 9-piece sectional, way too big for just me now. You can use 2 pieces as a twin size bed. Yeah, so like I'm saying, and if you have an old house, it's hard to get these pieces of furniture in because the doorways aren't custom. Well, they're not the same size as they are today in the new homes. Every doorway in my house is different measurements. So it's really hard to get some big furniture in, and all my stuff is big. And I didn't think of that when we bought the house. Probably comes when you move again. You'll have to take all the furniture apart again to get it through the doors. Yeah. Well, you gotta finagle it to make it work. It's not a fun chore. So then when we eventually do buy another house and move, everybody's gonna go run and hide because they're not gonna want to help. Hey, Vicky. Good morning, Vicky. How are you? They're gonna say, "Oh, no way," because our front stairs is like the death stairs. They're very steep, and we have this big wooden banister and railing in the way. So everything has to be lifted up over the banister and the railing, and then be parallel with the stairs. Otherwise, it's not getting out the door. And all the doors have to come off because none of the furniture will fit if the doors are on. So yeah, everybody was bitching the day that we moved in, and I could just see it now when we move out. Maybe just leave it all here and buy new stuff. Excuse me. Is Vicky having a good Wednesday? I hope so. This is my only time that I get to sit and relax. The rest of the day is going to be insane. And I'm going to be miserable by the end of it. But actually, I can be because I got an interview tonight. So I have to be chipper and cheerful this evening. It's just going to be a tiring day, a long day. And of course, my son found that out too when he bought, because he just bought his first home this past winter. And when they were moving stuff in, the couch got stuck in the door. And then we finally got it pushed back through. It had to come through another way. I said, see, older homes. And his house is 100 years old. It's the cutest little house. And so you see, I'm saying, see, the doorways aren't the same size. The furniture's too damn big. This is my house. I have a beautiful wardrobe in my lounge because it won't go up the stair. Yeah, that's what it is, because it's too big. Now, I have this hutch that well, you guys would call it a wardrobe. In my dining room. It's gorgeous. I bought it online off of somebody, and he had custom made this thing. And I told my husband, I said, I want this because I want to put all our linens and stuff in it. And we had to take it apart to bring it in the house because it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit through the doors. My husband's like, look what you did. Take it apart in sections and we'll bring it upstairs and put it back together. That's what we did. So when we move, sometime in the future, because I'm not going to keep a 2-family house after my parents pass, we're going to have to take it apart again to get it out. Chipper, cheerful, swear more. Well, I'll be swearing later. Because after the show's done, then I'll be working on the miniatures again a little bit. So there might be swearing later. Keep an ear out. Yeah, thanks. I'm having a good day, everyone. Oh, good. I'm glad. It's nice to hear that everybody's starting off with a good day or having a good day. Of course, it depends on how you look at it, I guess. You choose either to have a good day or a bad day. I mean, stuff happens. You just let it go and keep moving on, but I know I need a serious vacation. My ex was pissed when I sold my high marble table and chairs and another ex for cheap. But the ex was going to take the money for something she didn't pay for. Oh, hey, it was yours. You do what you want with it. Do what you want with it. The delivery guys are in for shock tomorrow. 4 flights of stairs. Oh, Roger, 4 flights of stairs. Oh my God. You better give him a good tip. I can hear it now. They're probably thinking, oh, what the look, man, we got to go 4 flights of stairs. Yeah, I've been there. Like I said, that first apartment that I was telling you guys about when my husband and I got married there, it was above the deli. That was, we were on the 3rd floor. It was 3 flights. But we were young then, didn't think nothing of it. Because I'm thinking, carry groceries and everything up 3 flights of stairs. It sucks. My brother-in-law made my small bookshelves just over waist high, took maple leaves, laid out, scrolled saw maple leaves and the shelves and sides out of maple wood. It was amazing. Yeah, I love homemade furniture. It's just, and it's something you pass down to generations, And if you're lucky, you have the art and the technique to do that stuff. My dad made a lot of stuff, but I've got, like I said, a friend that makes this furniture, and he's so good at it. It's all rustic type furniture. I mean, that's what he makes. Here we call it the Adirondack style. So it's all thick log type furniture, which I love. And it's heavy as a bitch, but it's worth it because it'll last forever. Steph said she had a nice start to the day, but I'm saying today can only get better. It'll get better. It's supposed to warm up. Hopefully it'll warm up towards your way. We're going to be in the 40s today. But rain, it's all right. Just starts melting all that snow. Well, Roger's saying the guys they're going to have to deliver. When we had bought our refrigerator, the guys come deliver it. They were supposed to bring it in the house. They couldn't figure out how to get it in. They said, well, we've got to go. We've got another delivery. So they left it in my backyard. I'm like, are you friggin' kidding? I was pissed. And, we're all standing because they were telling me I have to take the whole door jamb and all that apart to get it through the door, to get it up into my apartment. I'm thinking, well, bullshit, I'm not tearing my whole house apart. So the refrigerator fits. And then my niece, the only one that was actually paying attention, she says, well, why don't we just take the doors off the refrigerator? Brilliant. She was right. That's what we did. And it right at the stairs. Just fit. 3K table for 200. Yeah, I see the steam coming out of her ears. Ah, Phil. Those guys are built like tanks. They'll manage. Yeah, they do it like it's nothing. Nothing. I remember it was years back when we bought a pool, and we ordered it online, and it had to be delivered. I think it was UPS. And so the guy showed up, and he says, "Oh, well, where do you want it?" We said, "Well, you can just bring it over here and put it by the porch." And of course, he just picked it up off the truck, threw it over his shoulder, walked over to the porch, put it down. We said, "Well, thank you." So then when we go to move it, we're thinking, Jesus Christ, that thing weighed a ton. And he acted like it was like lifting up like a sack of apples. I was like, it took two of us to get it in the yard. And he just threw it over his shoulder and dropped it off like it was nothing. I'm thinking, oh my God. Oh my God. Good morning, Betty. How are you? So, they made us feel like a bunch of sad sacks here. You got this one guy just throws it over his shoulder, walks up like it's nothing, drops it down. And then it took two of us and a cart to get it in the backyard. Oh, it weighed a ton. So you got to give these guys credit. They do this stuff all day. So yeah, going up probably 4 flights of stairs is nothing. Probably nothing to them. How is Miss Betty today? Hope she's good. UPS people are strong. My daughter works for UPS. Hey, Julie, how's it going? Yeah, they are, Julie. I'm telling you, it was like nothing to this guy. So we're thinking, oh, great, it's that light. Well, we won't have a problem. Just drop it off right here by the porch. Wrong. I should have said, well, bring it in the backyard. Yeah, here you pull. Yeah, that's what he did. It was like nothing. So then, my sister was with me. So me and my sister go to pick it up. We couldn't even move the box. It's like, holy shit, me and my sister aren't weaklings, It's like, Jesus, man. But yeah, like you said, they're strong. They do it all day long, and it's like nothing. Say they like, a while back, my husband, this was years ago, he had ordered tires for one of our trucks, and he found a great deal online. So they were mailed to the house. And of course, you got these and rims, tires and rims. And the guy just, brought them up, threw them on the porch like it was nothing. And my husband wasn't at the home at the time, and I didn't want to leave him on the porch. So I said, okay, I'll go out and I'll go get them. Yeah, I did it. I got them in, but damn, were they heavy. You don't realize how heavy truck tires are. It's like, Jesus. I kind of did like the roll thing with the box, it's just kept rolling it through till I got to where I wanted it. Of course, my father goes, you want help? No, I was being stubborn. No, I got it. And then this thing is, these people are on a time schedule, so they got to hurry it up. So yeah, it's up, throw it. Rims and tires are not light. Yeah, I found that out, Phil. I found it out. I got it in. Oh, thank you, Vicky. You are awesome. Thank you so much. We got to give her a thank you. She's a superstar. Thank you so much, Vicky. I appreciate that. She is too. She's such a lovely person. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Sir Wayne. How's the sugar daddy this morning? He's got his plushie up. Aren't those so cute? I've seen mine. Mine's cute too. I haven't changed my icon though. But the plushies are adorable. Sheila does a great job. Hopefully we can figure out a way to get them manufactured, so we each can get our plushies. I think they're so cute. So yeah, anybody that got a membership, please remember to thank Vicky. She is awesome. And now you guys are able to access the link for the March issue of the magazine. Go check that out. Go check out the magazine. Mr. Prism is Mr. March. Oh, what's a plushie? You didn't see the plushie stuff? Oh my God. We can see Mrs. Prism's got hers up. Wayne's got his. They're the little dollies, little stuffy. Oh, they're so cute. Sheila's making them for everyone. You just put in the submit your photograph, and she makes it up to make it look just like you. They're so cute. Plushies are not cheap. Have to order in bulk. Yeah, that's what she was looking. Sarah said they looked into that, and you got to buy them, by the gross. It's just ridiculous. It'd be nice if somebody did it like made to order. I gotta lay back down. I'll be lurking. Okay, Raven, get some rest. I know you're probably up late. Nice magazine this time. It turned out. Oh, well, and thanks to you, Sage, because you submitted great stories and articles. And so it's, yeah, I try to keep it going, keep it interesting. I got to get my butt moving on on April's. So I'll be starting that this week. They are so cute. Yeah, they are. They are adorable. And I like the voodoo dolls too. And it's another thing every time I guess that they were going to look into the voodoo, and it's probably they're going to run into the same problem. If you don't buy it in bulk, they're not going to manufacture them. But what are you going to do, like, with 50 plushies of yourself? You could give them away as, gifts or whatever, but sorry, no, I haven't been online much. Sorry, life happens, out of the loop, I guess. Sorry. Don't need to be sorry, Steph. Yeah, if you check it out, excuse me, they're really cute. No, I know you've been busy. There was one that I found that custom plushies, but they cost about 160 pounds each. Yeah, see, that's just crazy. Now, so if we hit somebody, well, like Mrs. Prism, who's a seamstress and stuff, if she had the patterns and stuff, then she'd be able to make them, and do it to order. But so they're only online. Well, no, you just get a picture of yourself and you send it to Sheila, and she'll make it to whatever picture you send her. She just needs a reference, a photograph of yourself, so that she can match it. Let's see. Be cheaper to have your own Funko Pop. Yeah, those are cute too. I've got a few of those. I'm not a big Funko Pop collector, but the ones I have, I like. But the plushies are adorable. And like I said, if somebody, did, I don't sew that much anymore because I used to do things by patterns, and they do come out cute. But you'd need a pattern for each individual plushie to be able to crank them out. First, you need the space to do that, but it would be fun to make them. Yeah, see, yeah, there you go, Mrs. Prism. We're volunteering you. Now, like when Carla and I did the debunkers calendar for this year, which if you guys are, interested, it's in the merch shop, the calendar. We searched all over, and a lot of places, same thing. You had to do it in bulk. And I think, well, gee, it would be nice if Fourth Wall and Fourth Wall does do it. So we figured it out, and it's on the merch shops now, that if you, and it's done to order. If you want the calendar, they make it up and they send it to you. And it's so this way we're not, stuck with, 200-300 calendars. I literally was thinking about the tutorial I saw for jointed plushies, and maybe I'm going to try it out one day. Yeah, they're fun. They really are. I made one, I forget what the hell it was, one that I made for somebody. I think it was for a baby shower or something. And I mean, it's once you get the pattern down, it's like any other sewing project. It really comes out cute. Now, when I have a few friends who are folk doll artists, and the stuff they make is adorable. That's a lot of sewing. I don't have time for stuff like that anymore. Me and some others are going to try to make some. I've got some fabric and stuff ready. Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, because it's a shame. You have all these little things that everybody's creating, but it's not, a physical creation. So everybody could collect them or share them. And it's a shame. So if I send her a picture, she will be able to make a plushie of me. Yes. Well, she could make a plushie of you with your tongue out. That would be funny. Everybody know, well, that's the stuff. That's the stuff plushie. His tongue sticking out. I got a picture of myself. I do. You send to Sheila. Yeah, Sheila is. If you want a plushie made of you send it to. Well, it's she's got a folder in oh God, Sarah's Discord. So if you go on Sarah's Discord and you find Sheila's page there, that's you submit the photo, and she's got all the plushies put in there, so you can see them that she's made up, and you just send her the photograph. Lieutenant Dan. Yesterday, I need to set it up now. Yeah, I can't wait to see that plushie. So I'm saying their tongue sticking out. Yep, that stuff. That's funny. I'm not sewing anything with the amount of cortisone. Yeah, how is your hand? I was going to ask you that. Is it functioning today? They pissed it off, is what they did. Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't need one in your tongue. It would be all hanging out and drooling and. It'd be like that the comedian there, Michael McIntyre. We somehow when he went to the dentist, you'd be like, la, la, la. My name is Steph. You have to go into Betty. You got to go into Fantastique, Sarah's Discord, and she then you'll find Sheila's. It's scroll down. She's got it on the sidebar there where Sheila's got her page or folder or whatever they call it, and you submit the picture there. And hoping my sewing machine still works. Oh, geez, I've got an extra one. That nobody wants. A little sewing machine, and nobody wants it. So it's sitting in a box. Laura, she does that already, don't she? Oh, I don't know. Well, it no longer looks like a hamburger helper hand. Thank you for asking. Oh my God, Steph. They just what they did. They pissed it off. And see, this is supposed to help you out. No, when it makes it swell up 3 times the size and you can't even use it. And then you're in horrific pain. It's thanks, doc, Okay, thank you. You're welcome, Betty. Yeah. Big hands, not strong enough stuff. Oh, gee, they jacked her up, Phil. They jacked her up. She went there to get some relief and they made it worse. But is it feeling better though? Can you use it now? Or it's still messed up? I'd call up and bitch. I says, you people messed me up. Wayne's working on Musical Genius. That's what Wayne's doing. Oh, she's going back into lurking so she don't get busted. She's going insane, kind of like Susan. Susan's shorthanded where she works, so she's got work up the yin yang. And hello, Cynthia. I can always count on you guys and girls for a good laugh. Well, we're happy to oblige you. How is Cynthia doing? Cooking up anything special? I was trying to think about what the hell to make for lunch. It was a cross between leftovers or maybe homemade pizza. I'm leaning towards the homemade pizza. I mean, it only takes a couple of minutes to make the dough, right? I never had problems with any cortisone shots. I think it was so irritated and inflamed, they really pissed it off. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It was already inflamed and nasty, and yeah, and them shooting you up with the cortisone just made it react. Oh, it's just terrible. That's why when they would say, well, we're going to do this for you. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. You guys don't have a good record when it comes to that. Every time you say you're going to help me out, it's worse. So I'm just going to leave it as is. It still hurts, but not nearly as bad as it was prior to and right after the shots. Well, hopefully it's working. And then I would just, keep icing it and try not to use it, too much. Of course, listen to the one who's talking here. My hand blows up like a football because I'm doing the miniatures, but what am I doing? That's how I relax and, unwind in the evening. I come in and I start working on the miniatures, and next thing you know, I've got, one giant knuckle. And a bitch because I can't even scratch my own ass. So I can't complain, do it to myself. I recently written a couple of sentimental songs close to my heart. One about my 2 young boys and one for my mother, which will be hopefully she'll be posting on Mother's Day. Oh, nice. I'm telling you, Donna does a great. I love the one that you just finished, the one that I gave you the idea for. The video and the song went together fabulous. You better give Donna a big tip. She does a really good job with those. You know who's missing this morning? Miss Pinky. Where's Miss Pinky hiding? Was she up late? Is everything? Yeah, we should check, see if she's okay. I'm doing okay. We finalized Papa's funeral arrangements. He passed Sunday night in his sleep. Yes, I remember you saying that. It's just so sorry to hear that. It's rough. So pretty much life is just a big blur right now. This is the part of life that it sucks. We just we're at the point where it's taking loved ones away from us because we're all getting old. It really stinks. Like last year there when one of my favorite uncles passed. It was way before his time, but he had enough, and that was devastating to me. So it's God, I don't know. It's hard. Yeah, guys, send some love Cynthia's way. We've all been through it. This is funeral arrangements and all of that is just, and that's the thing is you're in such you're going through grief, but then you still got to do the grown-up stuff. That's the part that sucks. And it hurts, but the silver lining is that he didn't linger in pain in a morphine haze. Cancer, yes, cancer does. It's the evil that is on this planet. And the thing that makes you angry is that they have a cure for most of them and they don't use them because it's population control. My husband lost everybody in his family to cancer. So I have a feeling that's probably what's going to happen to him. Some form of cancer. He lost both his sisters and both his parents to that. And all aunts, uncles, grandparents, at all cancer. Piggy is from Australia, isn't she? Oh, it's New Zealand, Vicky. So, but she usually sets her alarm to get up so she could join in on the show. So hopefully nothing happened. Or hopefully maybe she's just getting the extra sleep she probably needs. It makes me nervous when, the regulars don't show up because I'm thinking, okay, God, I hope nothing happened. I get it, life comes first and people get busy, but when somebody doesn't show up in a chat, you're like, oh, gee, is everything okay? Where are they? So if any of you think that we don't realize that you're not showing up or you're not here, that we don't realize it, we do. You're our peoples. So we really don't recognize when you're not around. She might have been up late. Probably modding for somebody or something. Who was on yesterday? Actually, Wednesday or Tuesdays are pretty open. It was a hit or miss trying to find something. I know Seg was on, right? Then after that, it was pretty quiet. Sorry about the loss. My heart goes out to you and everyone associated with your loss. Yeah, it's hard. And I agree. That's the thing you have to think of, that they're not suffering. Some people are lucky and it's just quick. And that's what you want, it quick. And then you've got others who've dealt with cancer. And my husband's grandmother suffered for months. Hers started on her face like a pimple. And the next thing you know, they found out, no, it wasn't just a pimple. It was full-blown cancer. And they said if it went to her brain, it would have been quick and over and done with. But nope, it decided to take the long way to go to her heart. So it actually filled her whole body before she was, set free. It was horrific. So all we can do is just hope that it's anybody has it, it's quick. Actually, I got news the other day. One of my friend's daughters, her husband, was diagnosed with a stage 4 lymphoma. It's a rare lymphoma. This young man's only in his early 40s. So he's taking treatments. And hopefully they can do something for him. I don't know. It's Thursday morning here. I know Vicky's like time traveling. Thursday morning. Yeah, how is it tomorrow? Yeah, how is it tomorrow? Is it good? Do we have anything great to look forward to? My dad passed away from stomach cancer, was a big retired Air Force guy, and then he was skinny. Yeah, that's what it is. My husband's grandmother was a hefty woman. So, good sized woman. And by the time that she had passed on, she was just skin and bones. That was it. No fat on her whatsoever. So it just keeps eating till there's nothing left to eat. Horrible, horrible disease. Yes, please smack that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment. Please, the comments help out. All of it helps out. Everything that you donate or you purchase in the merch shop goes right back into the channel. Keeps us rolling and going. I just told my husband I got to call up the internet company and bitch them out because it keeps going up and up and up and up. And half the time we've got problems. So I'm gonna tell him, you better do a little bit of a price adjustment, or I'm gonna go find somebody else. Usually when you say that, then they panic and they give you a deal. It's ridiculous. It's hard enough that we struggle to keep the channels going and keep you guys, all of us entertained, including myself. And they just keep raising the prices, but the quality of the services just stinks. Papa was 87 when he was diagnosed, 89 when he passed. And in that time, it was only the last couple of days that he was immobile on the morphine. So good quality of life. Oh, that's good. That's good. So he was one of the lucky ones. He just kept going until it was his time. My sister-in-law, yeah, they had her on the morphine, and they just had to keep raising it, and her poor little body just gave out on her. And she was only in her 30s. That was my husband's younger sister. And then he lost his older sister. We lost her to cancer about 5 years now, I think, 5 years ago. So he's the only one left. And then we lost his mother 2 years ago. So he technically is the only one left out of the whole group. So it makes him nervous when something isn't feeling right. And I'm thinking, oh, please, don't even say that. I mean, he's doing well other, except for the, regular aches and pains. Of course, he don't like it when I harp on him about, well, it's time to go get checked. Go get checked, He gets pissed off. I said, I don't care. Cancer rate is too high in your family. The one of the keys of beating cancer, most forms of cancer, is being diagnosed early enough so it can be taken care of. It's when you ignore it is where the problem lies. And that's what usually happens to most people. They don't even know they have it until it's in the last stage, which is terrible. Let's see. My dad will be 90 this year. Still, well, as far as I know, I'll go back home in the next few weeks. So I'll see for myself. Yeah, God bless him. 90. Wonderful. Yeah, both my parents turned 81 this year. This last year. So they're working on 82. Even though my mom's got dementia, she's healthy as an ox. And dad's still trucking along. Nothing slows them down. So, I'm very lucky that they're still both here. You never think of your parents as old. And then when they become ill, then you realize, well, geez, I guess they are. We take for granted. That's what it is. That they're always going to be here. So I told my son when I messaged him the other day, I said, gee, it'd be nice to stop by and visit your mother. It's been a couple of weeks. You want to stop by and see her? So he come by last night and had dinner with us. I mean, I know you're busy, but I'm still here. Wind is really whipping up this morning. Just got a wind advisory for today. Oh, geez. Yeah, we're going to just be sloppy wet over here. So, well, better than snow. Just got to keep reminding ourselves, better than snow. And you don't have to shovel it. You don't shovel rain, so we'll take it. We will take it. But I'm excited about the 60-degree weather. It's like, finally, we won't be freezing to death. Oh, Betty's got it going on. 70 degrees there. All right. I don't want to rush too fast because it always goes by too fast, you know? Oh, I want summer to be here. And then next thing you know, it's autumn and then we're freezing to death again. So, yes, it's just slow. We'll take it day at a time. Enjoy every moment of it. Good morning, graduate. Oh, you slept in. Good for you. I wish I could get away with that. The dog don't let me get away with that. Sometimes she does. But I get it. You know, she's got to go potty too. So it's. My father was taken away from us when I was about 13 years old. And since that, I've completely turned into a rebel and took my anguish out on just about anyone. Yeah, it's hard. When my father-in-law passed away, my husband, he ended up punching an elevator. And of course, broke his knuckles. But he had to release some of it. I mean, it's hard. It hits hard. Today's weather has been absolutely lovely. Oh, nice. It's lovely at Wayne's. Maybe you guys will dry out a little bit. I know everybody has been bitching over in the UK about all the rain. Wasn't you just guys all just went through like 45 days of rain straight? That just stinks. But not for nothing. I mean, it's just, that's why it's so beautiful. It's green and lush, and it's because of all the rain. They put out here a no burn ban in Adirondacks. And I'm thinking, what? My husband told me that the other day, a couple days ago. I'm thinking, there's like 2 feet of snow up there. What are they going to burn down? Nothing. So I don't understand that one at all. I think whoever put that out must have had their head put on backwards. It's going to take until June or July for the woods and areas for it to dry out. And it really never is dry because it's moss covered in the woods and pine needles. So it's always damp. So we've never had, thank God, ever had forest fires or anything up there because it's damp. The house is going to burn. Oh, it's raining sideways now. She's got a little bit of weather going on there. So yeah, I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. My phone's going off like crazy. Everybody trying to message me and everything. I know I got to go get my butt downstairs. It's shopping day. Woohoo! Drives me nuts. So yeah, I'm thinking I got to get all my stuff together. I'm thinking, I don't know. I was thinking, yeah, the pizza route for lunch. Sounds good to me. It won't take too long. I'm hoping everybody has a great day. We are close to that 2-hour mark. I got to jump on the day here. So I am going to let you lovely people go and do your thing. Enjoy your weather if you've got great weather. And it sounds like Betty's going to be the lucky one. Betty's the 70 degrees. That's going to be nice. Yeah, Betty, if you have any problems with the plushie thing, get a hold of Sarah. And she'll help you out with that. Otherwise, guys, thanks, Vicky, for the memberships. You are a queen. You really are. Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate the support, guys. There's days where we don't think that we're doing anything good. And when you guys just show up every day, I know that's we're doing something right. So, we're going to roll with it. So Graduate says, yeah, it's only 30, but the sun is out melting the snow. Yes, snow is melting. So there's light at the end of the tunnel as far as the weather goes. But as always, guys, thanks for showing up. Thanks for enjoying the chat. Always makes my day much better when I, and hang out with you guys, and brings a smile on my face because you guys just rock and roll totally. Don't forget, tonight I am going to be interviewing Haunted Souls. That's Dan and Maddie, and of course they're all caught up in that drama crap. They're having some issues because of it, but that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the paranormal and how they do their thing, and because you guys, I don't do the drama stuff, so let everybody else do that. I want to know what they do in the paranormal world. So until tonight, guys, you have a great day. Don't nobody get arrested. We don't have any bail money. Yes, Sage, I was just saying, yeah, I've got Haunted Souls. Dan and Maddie, I'm going to be interviewing them tonight. So don't miss out on that. Let's see how it goes and how they do their thing. I love to get to these people on and find out how they do their thing. So it's, and hopefully if the weather gets a little better and I'm able to, I'm going to get outside myself, get some stuff going on. So until then, guys, you have a happy hump day. Don't forget to kiss the camel on the way out. And don't forget to please like, subscribe, share, all that fun YouTube stuff to let them know that you like what we're doing here. And then after that, of course, we've got the Morning Brew on Friday. So until then, guys, you have a great day.